tonight is game one of the World Series as the Indians try to continue that City of Champions scenario. And Mike Breen joining me now the night before he calls the Oklahoma City Thunder opening up the season with the Philadelphia 76ers on ESPN. That's tomorrow night. Mike Breen joining me here on the show again. How are you, Mike?
Great, Rich. I've actually been thinking about the Cleveland winning last year because of what we're watching with the Cubs and the Indians. And just always think about the fans that have been through every up and down, and you're so happy for them. So either Indians or Cubs fans are going to have that same feeling as the Cavalier fans.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and truly what LeBron uncorked in a way. The Indians started their winning streak during the NBA Finals that you were calling against the Warriors, and now here they are, game one of the World Series. The night, if we had told you that, right? Then when you called that final victory in the series, that hey, guess what? The night that you raise the banner, the Indians are gonna host the Cubs in the World Series game one. It's unbelievable the way it works out, right?
Yeah, the phrase "you can't make this stuff up" is so true every year in some sort in sports, and the old cliche. It's why we love it.
Yeah, and I love the game that you're calling the first game of, I guess, the picking up the Durant pieces, right? What is the sense around this team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, Mike?
Well, I think Russell Westbrook will average 78 points per game this year, and they will surprise people. He will pass occasionally. Now, that's actually mean to say because I can't wait to watch how Russell Westbrook approaches and attacks this season. Attacks is the right word because he wants to so prove that this is still a terrific team, and obviously by signing the extension that he still wants to be there. He's a great, great player, and now we're going to see, can he adjust? Can he make those around him better? Can he, take that next step to help fill part of the void? Because you can't fill the void of what Kevin Durant has left there. The guy is such a special player, and night in and night out, you rely on him. So I'm really curious to see how Westbrook plays this whole season.
Yeah, so who's going to be his Robin, right? Who's going to be the number two there? Is there somebody that you
No, I don't think so yet, Rich. Victor Oladipo, I think, is going to have a really good season playing with Westbrook because the defense is so centered on what Westbrook's going to do. And then you've got Enes Kanter and Steven Adams. These guys are both capable. Obviously, Adams more a defensive player, but Kanter is an unbelievable scorer down low. So they're going to need a host of people to play well, obviously, for them to get back in the playoff picture. And just to see how Westbrook, is he going to look to score all the time, or is he going to try the alternate route where he had all those triple doubles when Durant was out with injury? To me, it's one of the fascinating stories of the season.
And then, of course, when you first looked at the schedule, Mike, and you're like, okay, we'll get Ben Simmons and the Sixers in there, and it's ridiculous, right? I mean, have you seen any team that I've never seen anything like this, and a lot of people think it's the karma of trying to tank, that all the guys that they tank for aren't healthy to play. Mike.
Yeah, that's a good narrative, but I don't think that's the case. But again, same thing. I feel for the Philly sports fans and the basketball fans. It's a great basketball town, as you know, and for them to every year hope, okay, we're going to start turning it around this year, and then something else, the other shoe drops, and it's so unfortunate because some of these guys are such talented players. The one thing for me, though, I've never seen Embiid play in person, so I can't wait to see him play because I've heard such raves from people that he's not just a good player; he has a chance to be a great player. So, from that standpoint, is there light at the end of the tunnel for the 76ers? Yeah, perhaps. It's still a really long tunnel, but if they get, Okafor comes back and Noel. And obviously Simmons, because Simmons has a chance to be very special. So maybe, but they are so long overdue for something positive to cheer for.
Mike Breen joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. Give me a dark horse, either conference, who we're not talking about. Because right now it's basically LeBron getting a bye into the conference finals, if not to the NBA finals against either the Warriors or maybe one or two other teams. That's the way everyone's looking at it right now.
Right. I think dark horse is not necessarily to contend, but can give people trouble in the West. A lot of people are saying Utah and Minnesota, and I agree. I think Minnesota has a chance to be really good. Thibodeau is just he's a magnificent coach. And in the East of the two teams, I think Indiana is going to be very, very good. And the Knicks, I think, can be the big surprise of the league, and it all hinges on health, which it does for every team. But if Rose and Noah can play, I don't know, say 65 to 70 games, that's a really talented starting five. And Porzingis, watching him in the preseason, he's so much better than last year, and
Wow.
we all know how wonderful he was last year. So I think Indiana and New York in the East.
So much better, huh? Give me a glimpse of what that would look like. Porzingis looking better.
Just the strength. His lower body was not very strong, so he could get pushed off at both ends very easily. He's really strengthened his lower body. He's worked on his ball handling. To see this 7'3" guy do a crossover move and be able to handle it in the open floor, he's put a little more arc on his shot, so his shot is better. And then just, as you know, with any player, that second year, the confidence difference, especially a kid from Latvia who comes in, and he was confident last year, is the confidence difference is immense. And he doesn't want to be good. He wants to be one of the greats, and he's got that work ethic and he's got that drive. So with all the talk of the new Knicks, he's the one that I think is going to make all the difference.
Mike, I don't know if you could see, but I'm patting myself on the back. I'm actually even hurting my shoulder doing that.
At our age, we shouldn't do that anymore.
No,
Rich.
it's okay. I'm a little bit more flexible, I guess, in that regard, maybe from the left side than the right. But anyway, long story short is I'm patting myself with my left arm on the back that I've gone this long without even bringing up the Warriors in a way, right? I mean, so
I'm very proud of you.
Thanks, Mike. Because, I mean, how do you see this playing out? I asked this of Marv yesterday. Is it the record start again and making it to the finals, or is it just the gelling and us wondering if this is really going to work out before they enter the second part of the season filled with drama? I don't think there's any gray area. What do you think?
My opinion is I think this is like the 25th year I've covered the NBA. I don't think there's ever been a bigger disparity between the team that's the favorite to win the championship and the next team. And that includes some of Michael Jordan's Bulls teams, because there was always a couple of really tough teams that would give them a fight. And there still could be that. I mean, San Antonio is obviously still very good. I wouldn't sleep on the Clippers this year, I think, if they stay healthy. But Golden State is clearly better. And they had some stretches in the preseason, Rich, that were downright scary. And, gelling and, obviously they'll get more comfortable. The only problem they have is Durant not as aggressive as he would be in Oklahoma City because he wants to fit in with his teammates? Yeah, maybe a little. But these guys they've made him feel so comfortable, and they have a chance to be the best offensive team in the history of the NBA. And again, barring injury, they are such a prohibitive favorite. And the thing with adding Durant, they could even lose one of their key players to be the favorites to win the championship.
Mike, thanks for the time. Look forward to hearing your call and then having you back on the show throughout the season.
Keep doing the yoga and keep that flexibility going.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Mike. Appreciate it.
See you, Rich.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. That's Mike Breen.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.